listening to, watching, hearing, smelling, tasting, and feeling sex, drugs, and skincare. Like and subscribe. Hi. Welcome back, Sex, Drugs, and Skincare. We are back. You are back. Thanks for joining us again.
Here we are.
Yeah. Happy New Year to
Happy
you
New
all.
Year. When did that happen?
It happened January 1st. Usually this is usually when the New Year starts.
Okay. It's so funny. They keep doing it on the same day.
I know.
I get bored of it already.
I know. I'm already kind of sick of it.
Yeah. You know what's weird is like when it happened, I remember thinking the next day, because my mom said, we walked by somebody and she said, Happy New Year. And I was like thinking to myself, like, oh shit, do I got to say that again now? Do I have to say that again? Like, and I think I've said it to two people and that's it. I haven't said it to anyone else because I don't know. Anytime I've said Happy New Year to people, things haven't boded well for me.
Interesting.
I
So
mean,
it's like it's like a...
That's a lie. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I just want to say that. I'm annoyed at like having to say Happy New Year to somebody.
I use it in an email if I want something from somebody.
Yes, customer service
Yes.
is good.
Yeah.
Customer service is always good to say Happy New Year.
Yeah.
And then go, oh my God, how are your cousins?
Yeah.
Because you have to ask them, like, you can be like specific.
A little personal.
Yeah, like,
question.
oh my God, how's your family? It's
Who
like,
I've never met you
Are they
before.
still your family? Because you can ask broad questions.
Yeah.
Because you don't know the people.
I was going to say something about broads, but
Yeah.
I didn't do it. I didn't get there.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Just fine. We'll figure it out. Specifically broads.
Yeah, specifically
Right.
broads.
Yeah, generally broads. All right, that's
Yeah.
enough.
All
I
right.
think that joke. Anyways, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Yeah.
What was I going to ask you about? I don't know.
Christmas was good.
Christmas was good. We went to my parents' house and ate
Oh,
so
I did
much
drink that
food.
water you asked me about.
Which one?
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out.
Which water?
There's no water. I thought you were just I was trying to figure out the question you wanted to ask me.
Oh, how was it?
Good improv.
Yeah, you liked it?
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's a good improv. Yes. Oh, yeah. Like you just...
He's trying to teach me improv, so it's yes and, but this one is, oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah. You're supposed to go, oh, yes. And then that's a good improv. Yeah.
It leads them right into the next nothing.
Absolutely. It's just fluid. You don't even think about it. You're just reacting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah. Farts can be improv too.
Yeah?
Yeah. You just fart. That's just your reaction. You didn't think about farting.
How do you top that? I mean, it seems like you can't really.
Oh, yeah. You have to escalate.
You
and
can't
You have to
yeah.
accept the fart and then build upon the receipt of the
Where
fart.
would you build? What do you?
Well, I mean, you could take it in, like you take I mean, there are different levels of fart. There's, farts that literally smell like flowers, and there are farts
That's
that are,
true.
Wow,
Yeah.
yeah.
like so not.
I didn't realize your knowledge in farts is so extensive.
Our guest is
Yeah,
continuing
yeah.
to amaze us with stuff that she knows. I'm not even kidding. So I'm really looking forward to her being on camera.
Me too.
A lot of really cool stuff. But also, I like the idea of like, yeah, you can't just... Because your reactions right off the bat is you're like, ugh, or you're like, because you don't know what fart's going to be what. But then to heighten that,
Yeah, how do you heighten that?
would ultimately probably lead to like,
You just vomit?
or yeah, maybe that's probably the best case scenario smelling wise. I think you might have to poop.
Oh, okay.
And that wouldn't be organic unless you just had diarrhea and you had to go anyways.
This is the worst improv show ever in the whole entire universe, and I would pay to see
A lot of people think improv is shit. I think if you, I say you could do it right.
Prove you right, yeah.
You could do it right, and you ironically won't be. You'll be number one and not number two.
Number two.
Okay,
I like it.
those are good. That was a good improv
That
joke.
was really good. Yeah. Yes, and it was.
You're getting good.
Yeah, and I don't have
Nice.
to fart yet, but I will.
Okay, well.
Soon.
Yeah, this is sex, drugs, and skincare.
Mhm.
But we probably mentioned poop and farts 95% of the show, which.
Yeah.
No, I think it's good because getting all that stuff out of your body can improve your sex, drugs, and your skincare.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need
If you
to
hold on to your farts, you're not going to get a good high.
That's true. Yeah, you can't be just. It's like because you're gonna hold your butt breath. Like,
Yeah. What's it? Not cough, fart to get off.
what's that?
Cough to get off. Usually they would say that when you like inhale and then like you inhale weed
Oh,
smoke and then
right.
you cough and then you
Yeah.
cough to get off. But you could do that. What is stupid cough to get off?
Yeah, cough to get off. It sounds like a.
Sounds like it could be somebody's name.
It
from
sounds like Kafka. Like
Yeah. It's very cough to get off.
yeah, to desk. Yeah.
Yeah. Good
English
improv.
majors. Yeah. Oh, you like
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Yeah, I was an English minor.
You were an English minor.
Yeah, I was in the mines. I was trying to find a lot of adjectives and stuff down there.
looking for books and Victorian literature.
Absolutely. Yeah, really digging. Yeah.
By the way, I'm a licensed comedian, stand-up esthetician. I'm Nikki Davis. I didn't introduce that. And then today, I just want to throw it out there in case you just started listening. We are going to be talking about how would you classify the topic that we just were sort of chatting with our guest about? She's a yoga instructor, but there's so much more.
I was going to say, how I could just say like interesting stuff that I didn't know even like made, I don't know, because everything she was breaking down really made sense on a different level. And like the analogy she used for a lot of it, which was the irrigation system. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
I'm going to build up to irrigation system. But it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And in fact, that like it's like an apartment building that your body's in.
The lymph. You're talking about
lymph. Yes.
Yeah,
See, there's a lot of stuff that. Well, I wanted to build intrigue. People are like, what is she talking about? Is she like? Does she also consult at Home Depot? Does she like work in the out landscaping?
There's a difference between not knowing what the fuck somebody's saying and intrigue.
Oh yes, that's true.
You know,
I probably yeah. I'm not good at talking to people or cameras.
Well, this is going to be probably one of the more interesting podcasts, and there's so much to learn. I feel like we should just bring her out. She's got a lot to say.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah. And I'm very interested.
I am super excited. She brought fucking hell of a pajama game.
Yeah, and she brought some peppermint meringues.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Are those crunchy?
Those are crunchy. Yeah.
Definitely know someone needs to be eating those into the microphone a little bit.
Yeah, I'll probably just only if they're made of corn syrup.
Oh yeah.
I only
don't think there's any corn syrup.
I can't have them. I'm allergic to sugar.
No, he's not. But he's trying not to eat corn syrup.
Yeah.
No, I don't think there's any corn
No,
syrup.
Trader Joe's is
skimmed
good
it.
about that.
I like
You
bland.
yeah.
Well, because I'm like allergic to the world, so like I did a cursory.
But that's, I mean,
You
I think
look
it's
for just like the few little key
Yeah.
ingredients.
Yeah. I do that. Sometimes I'll like look at something and I've actually looked at it and I think I wanted it so bad that I was like,
You just go
and
past
then I go, wow, let me look at it. Yeah, let me look at it one more time. And it's like the first ingredient is corn syrup. I'm like, how did I not? And I'm like,
And God's like, ha!
Yeah.
Fools you.
Yeah, it probably wasn't on there the first time.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
It's
God
appeared
damn
later.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tricked.
Yeah.
I love those. I always think of them as sort of a get out of jail free card because I'm, if it were not for my allergies, I would eat all of the things, like all of them.
Yeah.
And so like I actually pick up the thing and look at the ingredients, kind of like half hoping that I could have it, and then also really half hoping that
You kind of
I
squint
can't
when
because
you're
then
looking
it's
at it.
dead to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you're gonna make me feel like shit, so bye.
I know.
And then it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's fine?
Like
Not having it?
I'm not sad. Yeah, I'm not
Oh,
sad.
yeah.
It's worth not
Oh,
having it.
yeah. I'll look at
it's
it.
like
and I'll
finding out
just-
a guy's married. You're just like, oh, you're dead to me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm not into married men.
I'm not into married men.
No.
But yeah, I'm very interested to, because plus it makes the choice for you. I'm like, oh, I can't. Okay, I'm good.
That's true. It does
Yeah.
ct down on your
Yeah.
choices.
I'm excited though. Let's
All right,
find
so
out
let's
some
bring her out.
information.
So this our next guest, she is a friend of Robin.
Ron McDonald. Yep.
of Kindry Skincare, and she referred her. And I'm super excited to talk to her. And so coming to the couch right now, start clapping. Sue Gisser, yeah. Hi. I love what you wore, by the way, and the pigtails. Come on with that. That's
You
so
said pajama
adorable.
party?
Yeah.
And so, pajama party.
You took it full on. Like no one's done their hair for the show before.
No, this is another level.
If you're listening, not watching, she's wearing like a plaid pajama pant with a like a sort of a velvet hoodie and floofy socks and pigtails on the top. How do you categorize those? Like
I don't know. They're like it's like half up, half down. Like they're like
Yeah.
puppy.
like puppy ears almost.
You have to stop. I think.
It's really good.
Perfect.
Like that.
I dig it.
I noticed that you're also sitting like me. I always because I'm short and I have a tiny torso. I always try to because otherwise I'm always like this and the person next to me is like this. So I'm
Yep.
sitting on the pillow. But you have actually elevated it to like if you were David Letterman and you were like this. He's always way above the guest, like back in the old days.
Wow.
And the guest would be down here. But this is because why? Because of what you do in a sense too, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know too because of that.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I use leverage.
By the way, this is Sandro.
Thank you.
Yes. I didn't introduce myself because I don't believe in names.
I did introduce you guys.
Alessandro.
Yeah, it's originally Alessandro.
Alessandro.
Yeah. But just call him Sandro.
We just like Sandro. Yeah, my
Sandro.
mom didn't name me the Ollie in the front.
Yeah. Ollie.
Oh
Sitting leverage.
yeah, I was saying leverage. So yeah, I use leverage for everything because that's where you get the most strength and flexibility. So you get strength without what's the word I'm looking for? It's like it's not tension, it's dynamic tension. It's tension that has movement in it.
So you're not really putting as much pressure on like your back or like specific muscles.
No, you're actually relieving pressure because
like you're more rooted. You're more rooted from like your tailbone, and then you're like, right?
Yeah,
like,
you're basically creating space.
Yeah.
So like ideally you're creating space between, now I'm being like super conscientious of it. I wasn't before. Like, oh, right.
Get a close
I'm
up
like,
on her.
I'm like, I was totally leaning this way, but now I'm on my center. Oh my God. You're working to create space between your joints so that nothing's all smushy, and then you don't have nerve pain.
Not smushing seems to be like the key to a life in so many ways,
kind of
right?
sort of is like this is kind of everything. It's everything.
Yeah.
Is having enough support that you feel safe, but not so much support that you feel suffocated.
Okay.
Right. So like you want to be able to
describe suffocated in that sense. What do you mean exactly by that?
I'm thinking of smothering parents.
Them smothering you, or you smothering the parents?
Yes. Not my parents. Not my parents. My parents are not smothering. My parents are
pillow
awesome.
over your parents.
No.
Smothering your own parents. I had your back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like, for example, this is just an example.
Yeah.
There's a Jin Shin Jitsu exercise.
Okay.
That's as a hands-on healing thingy.
Very
Technical term.
Yeah, I like that, yeah.
We're all scientists.
Yes, very scientific. But it is very scientific. It works because all the nerves in your body go through your hands and your feet and your ears. So like it's a way to kind of soothe your nervous system by working with hands.
Yeah.
And I learned it from my mom. So that's a parental thing, since we were saying parents. Yeah. Non-smothering parents. Oh, God.
Mark is going to kill you.
He's going to kill me.
Look at his face.
All right,
there we go.
I'm from New Jersey. I talk with my hands. I was on a road trip once with my brother, and he made me sit on my hands, and then I couldn't talk.
It's a very quiet trip.
I mean, I really couldn't do it. I couldn't I couldn't like formulate words. Yeah, it's a thing. Jin Shin Jitsu. So basically all you do is you grab a hold of a finger with your hand.
Okay.
Do with me.
Okay. So like, does it matter which hand?
It does not matter which hand. It does not matter which finger.
Okay. So follow along if you're not watching, but you're listening.
Yes.
Okay. All
so
right.
just gently.
Okay. Not
hold,
squeezing it.
Yeah.
Tight.
Gently hold the finger.
Okay.
The object of the exercise is to feel your pulse.
Oh.
Right. So if you're squishing the finger.
Yeah.
Then you will not be able to feel the pulse.
Okay.
If you're not holding hard enough, then you will also not be able to feel the pulse.
You're feeling the pulse of your finger or of your hand?
You're feeling the pulse of your finger in your hand.
In your hand. Okay.
Okay.
Do you get it?
Yes.
Incidentally, for those of you practicing at home, if you find the pulse and the pulse disappears, do not panic. It's okay.
You haven't passed away.
It's okay.
You're not
Don't
dead
freak
yet.
out. You're not dead. And, adjust your hold on your finger. And if you're holding your breath, exhale. And that should make it come back. Just want to be patient with it. So like that would be an example of
your relationship with this microphone is getting really sexual.
I have a thing with
You're
microphones.
flirting, yeah.
I really do. Just it's a thing. I really like them. They like me. Yeah. So that would be an example of like support, but not suffocating support. If you're suffocating the finger, then you will not be able to feel the pulse. Does that make sense?
For like your nervous system?
This is for your nervous system.
Is this considered to be somatic?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be a somatic therapy.
And is that is that parasympathetic nervous system that you're working with? I've just been reading about this more and more lately because I'm trying to like reset mine. So
Yes,
this is so perfect.
it's so everything. I was actually because I was watching. I'm skipping around. You
skip around, girl. Yeah, you're in the right place. To
Okay,
skip
that's
around.
excellent.
Yeah.
So I was watching your videos, and you were talking about ketamine therapy, and I was like, "What the fuck is ketamine therapy?" You can swear in here, right?
Yes.
From New Jersey.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
If you're not watching and you're just listening, fuck. Okay, good.
Thank you.
There you go.
Ketamine therapy.
Oh, yeah.
So I was looking up ketamine therapy because I've been doing a lot of thinking about. I've been thinking a lot about drugs.
Okay.
But
place.
like, yeah, it's drugs. Drugs. For those of you practicing at home, we're gesturing to the sex, drugs, and skincare with Nikki Davidson. Drugs.
Oh, I like that. Thank you for explaining that to
Yeah.
the listeners. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Hi. Drugs. But like the drugs that your body makes.
Oh, okay.
Because that's the whole deal.
Yeah.
And it's like the whole deal. And when you start thinking about things like from that perspective,
Yeah.
it completely changes everything.
My mouth is dropping open because this is literally what I'm trying to do and accomplish for the last month or two
Mhm.
to try to like reset my nervous system from just like freaking out all the time. And so you being here is like a magical godsend. So continue.
You're gonna make me cry.
No, I know. I'm going to cry too, but I don't want to. So go ahead. You can cry.
Okay. We can cry later.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. I had a New Year's date with a friend of mine. And we ended up deciding to go see a play, but our other option was to like,
Cry.
yeah, we're gonna get together and sit at home and cry.
I was kidding.
And no, and I was like, that sounds great. Like, yes, please. I feel like I've been like not.
It's good for you though, right?
It's so good for you. It's so good for you. Oh my God, it's so good for you. I mean, release, relinquish, surrender.
Yes.
What did you ask me?
What were we talking about? Ketamine, yes.
Drugs. So, like your body is constantly on search for these drugs.
On search, did you say?
On search.
On search. Okay.
On search.
Okay.
Body wakes up. I want drugs today.
Yeah.
But it looks for specific things. It looks for, it wants dopamine. It's looking for things to feed its little neurotransmitters, right? Because but the thing is, like, people think we go for easy fixes. So like simplest terms like dopamine, everybody like you get a like on Facebook and you're like, or Instagram or TikTok or whatever people do now. Like the thing, but like, you get a like, and so like, hey, dopamine. Or I have a friend who like loves casinos, and so I love casinos and like all the bright lights. Dopamine, right?
Oh, right.
But dopamine is like it. If you look at the why of it, like, but why? Because like neurotransmitters they're little messengers,
Okay.
right? They're like the messengers that bring the
she's using her hands, by the way, to be
like
the receptor and
around the microphone.
Yeah.
Try not to touch the microphone. But actually, it's this. This is hilarious. So you have two synapses, right? So you have like
each hand is a synapse. Right?
Synapse.
Okay,
Yes,
got it.
Sorry,
I won't interrupt.
And so like in order to communicate, because they don't actually touch, they send like little bloop signals, bloop. Like, and if you're visualizing like in a video game, they'd be like these little puffball things like that, but like a little more hairy, and they like kind of, bing, bing, like the little video games that we have with the little bink, you guys
like the old school Pong.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I was bink. I was letting her sit with the bink for a while.
Bink made sense because it did sound like a bink.
Big words.
Got the point across.
SAT word. Yeah. So like, so I keep touching the microphone. I'm so sorry.
Fine.
I'm really,
Just don't break it.
I will not break it. Let me treat you very gently. So, but what kind of message?
Yeah.
It's what kind of message are they sending? It's just, and so like we think about neurotransmitters as a drug, but really it's what kind of message is the body trying to, like, what does it get you?
Yeah.
Dopamine you get from shiny objects,
Oh,
right?
interesting.
From like wins, like little, like, yeah, that was
Oh.
good. That was good.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
got a thing. I scored. Yay. Right?
Yeah.
Dopamine. I did good. I'm okay. I survived.
I like that.
I survived.
I survived.
Mm.
That's huge, right?
Oh, that's everything.
Right.
And dopamine also can get, wait, hold on. I had this fancy little piece of information. I'm like, where did I store it? Is it in my brain? Did I write it down? Like, where is it? Is it dopamine? I think it's in my phone. And I'm kind of tempted to go grab it.
Were you under?
Yeah.
Where's your phone? Right there.
I think I put it on the table in the corner. Did I?
I see what
Had it, girl.
All right. So Sandra's gonna get her phone for her.
Dopamine.
Yeah. Good job. Yeah.
I found my phone.
Yeah.
Dopamine. We're going to turn it on because I turned it off because being a good little girl.
I don't even
Dopamine.
I forgot to turn mine off. Yeah. Dopamine. Yeah, good for
Dopamine
you,
and
yeah.
also oxytocin, right? Because it's
Yeah.
acceptance.
Okay.
Acceptance means safety,
Oh yeah.
right? Like it's the connection, sex. You need it in order to give birth. Like there's all that, like literally that you need like safety in order to get
Yeah.
the message. Like that's the message. The message is, hey, you're safe.
Yeah.
Oxytocin,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Somebody has your back. It's not just you against the world. Oxytocin. That puts you in a parasympathetic state.
And what type of parasympathetic state?
Easier for you to hear.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is,
exactly.
but, you know, I gotta tell you, like-
Elevated or like more like sedated.
Right.
Mm.
So like, yeah. So is it like dorsal vagal shutdown versus like yummy huggy things?
Yeah.
Which is the ketamine thing. So
yeah.
I need like with me in my life a big thing.
Chalkboard.
Yeah, but like the ones you can put pins in and papers and like build diagrams off of.
Can somebody get a corkboard in here, please?
Right?
Yeah, but like a holographic corkboard.
Yeah,
you can-
holographic.
that's awesome.
So you stay. I'm opening my little note.
She's looking at her phone,
thing.
just so she can-
If anybody's listening and not watching, she has an iPhone with 3 cameras on it,
Yeah.
and we all have similar phone cases.
Yes, we
So, okay,
This is really
back to you.
fascinating, Joe. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Tell me
this
when
is
you're ready
great.
to jump back in.
Yes.
Okay.
It's this is an awesome piece of
I'm so
information.
excited. Okay.
I am so excited. Dopamine has an affinity for adrenaline hormones.
Okay.
So dopamine is mostly made in your brain, but it's also made in other places, and a little bit of it is made in your adrenal glands. And it has an affinity for adrenaline receptors.
Oh, okay.
So we're
Wow.
like hardwired to get a little bit of pleasure out of pain.
Oh my God. You just blew my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why people,
But so we can get through it.
oh, whoa.
You know, like that's the
That
bigger
makes-
why. And so like,
Yeah.
which I think is so cool. I crack out on this shit. Like this is like, I mean, yeah. So dopamine. So like the why, the larger why. So like if you're looking for like dopamine fixes, if you're looking for dopamine hits, if you're looking at if you can like kind of like if you notice that you're doing that and
Yeah.
you're in that pattern, you're curious, then you go, okay, well, what am I actually looking for? What is my body actually trying to get?
Yeah.
And then I can get it in all the ways that like I get that. And then you're pre-programming your whole life. Like then you get like, so like a lot of people go for, we'll stick with dopamine because it gets a bad rap a lot. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like drugs.
Okay. Oh, right. Yeah.
You
Dope.
know,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
But it's because it's a quick fix.
Okay.
But and I say yay.
Yeah.
Like, yay. Because you're on some level, you're in a healthy way. You're saying yes to the thing that your body's asking for. But if it's detrimental to your life
Mhm.
or you're doing it in an unhealthy way,
Yeah.
you can still meet the requirement. You can still meet that need, but in a way that also gets you all the other things that you want in your life.
So instead of being addicted, which would to qualify to being addictive, it's like you're doing it and doing and doing, but it's ruining your everyday life in some way, right? But and then you're saying you can do it and do it and do it and use it.
Yeah.
But would it be the same thing you're using? Like you wouldn't be on Instagram.
No. So like I mean, I kind of love Instagram. I have like, Instagram is what it. Hi.
She's actually on Instagram right now, not listening.
It's like anything. It's like all technology. It's like all things. Like it's what the user does with it.
Yeah.
So like my Instagram is full of dance and is full of and people like talking about neuroscience and microbiology and like shit like that. So like if I'm scrolling through that, like I kind of use it like a like opening up an encyclopedia and going, okay, teach me this in like this little bite-sized chunk, because that's all I have the mental space for or time for right now. Or it'll send me down a rabbit hole or like whatever. So like, I don't think it has to be unhealthy. I don't have a problem with Instagram. But if Instagram is taking over your life and it's a problem for you, then, and that's the key, is if it's a problem for you.
Right.
If it's a problem for you, and so it's something that you're like, well, I'm compelled to do this thing and I'm not liking that. It's not serving me. Like, it's not serving my high... It's not serving my higher good.
That microphone is not a source of dopamine for you, unless it's the pain that's also causing you a little bit of a rush.
She's doing it again, yeah. She's getting something from it.
Rule of three, something. So unless it's, what was I saying? It's giving you that...
the dopamine.
Right.
Was it referring back to the like using Instagram, like if it's not good for you or something, like, because it's basically
your higher
individual.
Self.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. Like, it's not like it's fulfilling my right now me, but not my next week me or my like 5-year plan me. I mean, that sounds terrible. That's very toxic, actually. But like, just even I have a goal that I want for my life, and this is fucking me up.
Yeah.
But I have this need. So like, what is that?
Yeah.
And so like, there's a way to kind of like it's a way to hack your nervous system and like address the thing and find the things, not that like that the happy, hippie, yappy people tell you are going to make you feel those things, but like the things that actually do that for you, like what your shiny object is. Like, what's your shiny object?
Yeah.
If you have something that you really super want in your life, then there are probably some shiny objects around that. So like finding the, you know what I mean? Like it
draws you to the thing that you need, but it's really not the thing that you need.
Right. There's nothing wrong with hyperfixation if you are a voluntary participant in it and you're able to, it's not ruling you.
Right.
Right. It's about creating a partnership with your body, your roommate.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, this is your permanent roommate, and there's all kinds of roommates. There was a roommate in college. We lived in this house and somebody was leaving their dishes, not me, not me. Somebody was leaving their dishes in the sink for like way too long, and she got pissed and she put them in their bed.
Wow.
I was like, like, wow, that's so not how I don't function like that.
Yeah.
But she was very like, that's one type of roommate.
Okay.
I'm a different type of roommate.
Yeah.
Like, I sat down and talked to them. And then we had a third roommate that honestly didn't give a shit.
So the different ways of dealing with the behavior is what you're saying.
Yeah. So like, what kind of relationship do you want to have?
Okay.
Like, how do you guys want to work together? Your body is sending you signals all of the time.
Yeah.
And so a lot of it is about like kind of figuring out like, well, what is my body what drugs am I trying to get here?
Yeah.
Like, if you break it down to drugs, it's actually very clear and simple because it's all biological imperative. It's all survival. It's all like, it's literal survival. And it's like, when you look at it that way, you're like, oh, okay. All right, I see. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't solve it. It absolutely doesn't solve it. And there are still things that people need medication for. And and like actual like human interaction help for like therapy, and there's like in group therapy and like post, like people have like real trauma
That's
stuff.
causing the stuff that needs the thing that you're
all
craving.
of that needs like real support. But along with that,
Yeah.
this is a really useful tool to help you not feel so helpless.
What is the tool?
Oh, it's like awareness, meditation, chemicals, drugs, knowledge, meditation.
Yeah. How would you know, like, if you needed dopamine as opposed to something else?
Okay, so like I'm slowly breaking it's an ongoing process, right? Like I'm on my own journey and kind of like figuring out my own body's code.
Cool.
So like I feel like I'm talking a lot.
I want to hear every word of what you're saying. I'm riveted. Like I'm trying to like not be jumping up and down while you're talking, because this is so right on what's been going on in my head, my body, my life for like months. So this is great. Keep
so
going.
like I get what the fuck is the point?
What is that?
Like what's the point?
Oh, okay, got
what's
it.
the fucking point? Like I can't make myself do something because I can't see, like if you failed this many times, or the world is this fucked up, or like there's the like, am I ever actually going to make any kind of real difference?
Yeah.
Is there like it's like the big
like negative voices in your head?
Like the big questions kind of like, or it's like like a bigger perspective, or like how am I impacting, or am I going to make a difference, like on those levels?
Like
yeah, but like the kind that like make you sort of question whether or not you should be here.
Even just in general?
In general.
Okay.
So like real depression shit.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Like, what's the point?
Existential.
Yeah.
Sort of.
And for me, like I had this like crazy epiphany at some point where I was like, oh, that's when my body needs serotonin. And serotonin is, amongst other things, it's a creation chemical. So like when I'm having a what the fuck is the point moment, and I now know I need to make something that didn't exist before. Like
something what?
That didn't exist before.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Right? Like I literally need to go make something that didn't exist before.
Right.
And then I get serotonin and I feel better.
That's amazing. And how did you figure that out?
I don't remember. I had like I was down a rabbit hole, and I was looking at chemicals, and I was looking at like what serotonin I was in a I don't know why I was looking up serotonin. I was looking up serotonin for something, and I was thinking about like I don't remember how I got there.
But it's like somebody had told me like working with your hands in general creates serotonin. Maybe like playing the piano, stuff like that, like making music. Would that also work? Okay.
So like I would think of it in terms of chakras, as I like grab my crotch. These are your chakras. Chakra 1. So like your first chakra is like your pelvic region.
Ooh, I like what you're doing there with your hand.
Technical. I like it. Yeah.
Just me over here.
Yeah, don't forget to fix your hair.
Yeah. So like first chakra, like reproductive.
Got it.
Right. And it's more than that though. It's base, because your second chakra is also reproductive organs. So like first chakra is really more like basic needs stuff. So like first chakra is like your house and home, and like root shit survival shit.
Okay.
Second chakra is creation. So like your ovaries and testes and all the these.
It's like health class over here.
Yeah, I mean
good.
it's where you process and get rid of stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then it's also where you make new stuff, right?
Oh, okay.
So it's entropy, law of the universe, everything breaking down, and then the creation building back up.
Okay.
That's here.
Yeah.
When you take your basic stuff, like basic like needs, what the world gave you. And then you make something.
Okay.
You get third chakra, which is self-esteem and self-worth.
So it brings it up?
Yep.
Okay.
They go up. So then you get self-esteem and self-worth, which is like solar plexus.
Yeah.
It's where we literally digest it, like your stomach's in there, your diaphragm is in there, how much we feel like we're able to take in, like what we deserve.
I felt a lot of, I've had tightness in this area a lot in my life for various reasons. A lot of it was kind of like that, like, like diaphragm, like kind of scrunching up or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I pay attention to that one because.
This area this is where this is like why it's really hard for me to prepare shit.
Totally.
It's like, wow.
You're doing fantastic.
The headphones connected to the tailbone.
That's
things.
right.
And like the song.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
Like, because
Never heard of it. I'm first day on earth.
Very good. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. So this area is like so much. T, like, so the bottom of your thoracic, like T 10, 11, 12. For those of you at home, your thoracic spine is any place that your rib cage is connected to.
Okay.
So, and then we're talking about the ones on the bottom. So like bra, like around your bra.
Okay.
Right around there. So there's nerves that go from there to your adrenal glands.
Oh.
Okay.
If you can create support in one area, just one, that would be a good place to do it. Like that, if like right around like where, if you had a bra, where it would be connecting, like if you can create space, not just up, but down, right? So there's room around those joints.
Yeah.
Then you're creating space and support for your adrenal glands, because when you're like compressed over, then you start triggering all of the drugs that tell your body, hey, shit's going down. We need to protect ourselves.
Yeah.
Shut down this system. Turn on this system, right? And so like your body, it's your body, mind, spirit animal.
Yeah.
And somatic stuff, which is like body stuff, happens much faster. Like if I see a fire, I'm going to think about that fire. If I've touched the fire, I know immediately that is hot, that is painful, that like I have a visceral, I get a lot more information a lot more quickly than by looking and thinking.
Right.
Right. So when you're here,
Right. Which is where I'm at almost every minute of my life.
like,
Yeah.
But I mean, like,
Oh yeah.
So,
the phone.
So physically,
she's hunched over.
So physically doing that, and so if you have better posture and you're not slouching over, that physically will cause a change. Like I always think of like the Charlie Brown, like that. Oh, this head slumped over, and, you know, like, are you in a bad mood because you're like that, or are you like that because you're in a bad mood? So it's like,
Yes.
That's
chicken and the egg. Yes.
Wow.
Yes is the answer. And so like when you think about all the things that we're doing looking down, and then like all of the, and so like there's this whole, see what I'm saying? Like whether it's because you're looking down physically, or because somebody is berating you, or because you're fucking tired or cold or too hot, or like
You feel self-conscious maybe.
or you're self-conscious. All of this create, and I can go down. You see what just happened to me? You go down a whole like little train of effects that happen.
Okay.
But very simply, just keeping that support means that those drugs aren't being released.
Okay.
Just
the bad ones are not being released.
Well, and they're not bad.
Well, okay,
they're
protective.
actually great. The protective, like
okay.
you are in immediate danger.
Right.
Right? You are in immediate danger. when your body thinks you are, its whole job is to keep you safe. That's all it wants to do.
Yeah.
It's like a child that like knows and is like trying to help out the best that it can. And sometimes it makes weird choices that are like actually detrimental. And you're like, they want to like make you breakfast and they make a mess of the kitchen.
Right.
And who's going to clean that up? That would be you.
Yeah.
They don't think about that, but like they're there with their like bright and shining eyes. And this is the Hallmark movie in my head. I don't have kids. They're like, but like, you know, the Hallmark kid is like, you know, with like the cookies and they're all misshapen, but they have smiley faces and they're like, hey, I know you've been stressed out and you have too much on your plate. They've made a mess of the kitchen.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, right.
Right?
And they leave
Yeah.
the mess.
Right. But they
Yeah.
made you cookies.
You're right.
Your favorite to cheer you up.
Oh, whoa. Yeah,
Right?
Yes.
And so like the intention is to help you and to fortify you and to give you what you really need. You know, which is to know that you're loved and that you're enough
Yeah.
and that you don't have to do all this stuff, right? But in the process, they're like completely fucking your life. So like that. So just creating that support means that you don't have that,
Okay.
right? The well-meaning, but not necessarily helpful in this moment.
So
help.
is it like real quick, is it like so that basically like, or this is maybe a crude analogy, but like if I'm awake
Yeah.
and I will smoke weed,
Mhm.
I will continue to be that way. If I am kind of sleepy and I smoke weed, it'll steer me in that direction where I'm just sleeping.
Mhm.
So is it basically like based on like how you present it? So if you have it up here, those same drugs that your body's giving you that your body says you need will affect you differently than if you were creating that space.
I think that's true.
Is it like that? Is that
I don't have actual, I would go home and look that up.
Yeah.
I like for me, yeah, it's funny, like it's nighttime now, but what I really want is coffee. And coffee for me does not put me to sleep.
Mhm.
Sorry, coffee doesn't keep me up. It like
Okay.
it calms
Okay.
me down. I'm dyslexic. Like, wait a minute. It doesn't like
It made sense though. You
Yeah,
gave
yeah, it
such
doesn't-
conviction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
actor.
Yeah.
Anything. Just by anything.
Yeah,
Hire her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hire me. What am I saying?
She's making motions with her hands.
Trying to find what I was talking about. I believe that it's in my hands and that's what's happening. Oh, that like, yeah. So like object in motion tends to stay in motion
yes.
or like
yeah.
Okay.
your, like how your nervous system responds is mostly, I think, unique to you. I think there's some like glittering general rules. It's like astrology, you know, like there's some like general rules,
Yeah.
but like really it's specific to a person. That's not a good example because the skeptics are going to be like,
Oh.
so you're giving us more skeptic bullshit to like support your skeptic bullshit. Great. That was great. I will come up with a better analogy.
I think we get the analogy. Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, and then your diaphragm has an opportunity to fully release. And
Mm.
your stomach is less likely to get sucked up into your esophagus, which means that your digestion is going to be better. And if your digestion is better, then you're less likely to get like, you know, poofy bloatedness. And I got a whole explanation for that if you
Oh.
want it.
We have time. Yeah.
Yeah, do we have time?
Yeah. That's my life.
Oh, okay. So very quickly. See, I'm very bad.
You're not
Difficult
bad.
to
You're
follow.
wonderful.
Okay. So like, so fun fact. So like when I call it the bite back, shove down response.
Mhm.
So like when you're when you're in a position where you need to like bite back and shove down,
In an interpersonal situation.
in an interpersonal situation,
Okay, yeah.
your stomach then can get like kind of sucked up into your esophagus.
Okay.
Like we all know this feeling, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But if that's happening, or like if you're kind of like hunched, like when you're eating,
Mhm.
right? All of that,
Mhm.
like then your stomach is not able to fully expand. And so you're getting partially digested food and that's going into your tracks, right?
Yeah.
And then you have like everybody's got different like valve issues. Like, so if you have valves that don't fully close, then you can have food molecules that are seeping out into your places where it's not supposed to be. And then your body is like, intruder, and like goes after, and then you get inflammation.
Yeah.
Or if you're me, you have a problem at your ileocecal valve, which is where your small intestine and large intestine meet. And then there's like a little flappy thing there. So if you get pain here, like, yeah, so like
she's pointing like,
I'm like, oh, sorry,
to the right, to the left of her right hip bone, sort of, right?
yeah, like the rodum bite.
Rakes ments.
The bottom right quadrant of your
Like
bottom,
your
bottom,
groin, sort of?
yeah. It's like, okay, so if you were taking your abdomen and making like a cross at your belly button,
Mm-hmm.
I guess everything from the belly button to the right
Uh-huh.
and the belly button down.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like right in the center of that square is your ileocecal valve. So like for me, when that happens to me, I very fun instantly become 9 months pregnant, and it hurts. So like I get swelling here at the top, and then also here on the side, and then they grow to meet. And so it's like a sort of oblong pregnant belly.
I've been there.
It hurts like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But it comes from, it's that same,
Oh, wow.
right? So doing things like stretching before you eat, yawning and stretching.
Mm.
When you yawn, then you yawn.
Yeah.
Then your diaphragm drops down,
Okay.
right? And that's gonna, and also it kind of helps to, and if you're doing it standing, or even if you're sitting, like kind of push the floor down with your butt or your feet or whatever,
Okay.
right? So you're creating as much space as possible, and then yawn.
Yeah, lift yourself.
That's good for you.
Deborah. You
Right.
always sound like Ray Romano when
Then
you yawn.
you do that before you eat, and then that kind of can help to release that. So if you get heartburn a lot, that can be
Oh, okay.
a useful tool. So like, it's what I mean. It's awareness. Like if you're looking at the things like what the system is,
Mm-hmm.
then we stop. I'm going to use the word demonizing our bodies. I have a friend who doesn't like the word demonize.
Oh, yeah. We won't send this to her.
No. But like, or punishing ourselves for, just doing, I mean, that's what we're designed to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if if you're in trouble, like
You
yeah.
turtle up. Yeah.
you turtle up,
Mhm.
your trapezius, which does it up top, and your psoas, which does it on the bottom.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. She's
they-
making like a
I'm like
crunch step motion. Like
Yeah,
it's
like
like it's closing in on itself almost, right?
like a pill bug,
Yes. Oh yeah.
Mm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
right? Or a sloth. My lips are so chapped. My apartment is so cold. Like everything, it's terrible. Which is part of like, so like my stomach's been like really funky today. And I like had all this like extra stress and anxiety. And then like about an hour before I got here, I was like, oh, dummy. Because I've been like this, which for those of you at home is like all hunchy. And I'm like, so I've been extra activating.
You look like you're cold.
Yeah.
In the
well, I mean,
position
I
you were
was
in. Yeah.
cold.
So that's the why.
That
But
makes
just
sense,
because
then,
but my
yeah.
body's like, oh, something bad is happening.
Yeah.
Like bad things are going to happen.
Yeah.
Protect the soft bits. Like, that's what it
Yeah.
thinks is happening.
Yeah.
And then like, anything I ate, it didn't
It's not
necessarily
going
digest
anywhere,
well.
right?
Yeah. Like, so there's a whole like trickle down thing that
God,
happens.
this is so fascinating.
Yeah, amazing. So going back to the chakras.
Okay. I almost forgot.
Right. So you've got like basic needs.
Okay.
Then you have what you can create with your basic,
Right.
like whatever the world has given you.
Mhm.
The world gave you trees, you built a house.
Okay.
And maybe preserved some of the trees and replanted some trees because that would be nice. Future generations.
Commentary. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but then also like you can make a fire, you can keep your body warm, you can protect, you can feed your family and cook food. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, you're less likely to have bacterial infections because you can, you get the idea. So
Yeah.
like that gives you third chakra, self-esteem.
Okay.
Okay.
right? And the kind of self-esteem that people cannot take away from you,
Okay.
right? Because it's not given to you,
Oh, right.
right? It's not, this is an approval thing.
Mhm.
This is, I know what I can do. I can take care of me and I can take care of things around me.
Yeah.
Things around me don't die, not
Yeah, yeah.
plants. But like,
You're going to have food.
Yeah. Right? Basic needs, I can take care of myself. That brings you to, and now I don't remember why we're doing the chakras, but I'm going to keep going. And then we'll come back.
After all this, you're just remembering why the chakras? This is fascinating.
I'm
So
still
just-
fascinated.
I know.
doesn't
No,
have to have a
I don't
reason.
even want this to ever end. If Mark didn't have to go home, I would just be. We would just be here. Could we just leave us? We'll lock up. All right, keep going.
Heart chakra,
Yes.
which also extends out into your hands,
Okay.
right? So it's like, where it's everywhere your heart would be, but not just in the front. Like people think of their heart being in the front. That's not true.
Yeah.
Right? But like the whole, like this and all of your angel wings and your hands and everything that you take
Mhm.
and give,
Mhm.
right? So when you have, that was great timing. There's like a horn.
Oh, yeah.
When you have
beep.
when you have resources and the means, the creativity, the energy, the safety to create things out of them,
Mm-hmm.
then you feel safe to share,
Okay.
right? And
Yeah.
also then to receive from somebody else and not feel like you're somehow losing part of yourself by creating that, you know what I mean? Like that other people can have ideas
Mm.
and it's not threatening to you because your self-esteem is not dependent
Right. Okay.
on, right? Because
Yeah.
you have your own. You're like,
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah.
You want to share your point of view. That's cool. That's good.
Yeah.
We can both exist together, right? Yours makes you you. Mine makes me me. What can we build together now?
Yeah.
'Cause it's good. Right? And then you get to your throat, which allows you to communicate that. And then your third eye, which is insight and intuition, that all that should be guided
Okay.
by a part of, well, it's basically by your endocrine system. So like your
Okay.
pituitary gland
Oh, wow.
is the master regulator,
Mhm.
right? So of all of your systems. And that's when your third eye is like between your eyebrows,
Yeah.
where like your ocular nerves cross in the brain.
It's where you get 11s.
Yes. See,
Oh.
I have them. I've had them since I was 8. I get them from squinting through
Yeah.
my third eye.
Oh, wow.
It's like, it's supposed to be liver, like liver
Yeah.
and gallbladder,
Mhm.
right? Anger.
Yep.
And I was like, but that never felt like me. And then at some point I was like, oh, because that's not why I have them. I don't have them because I'm angry. I have them because I'm like, I can't understand through my 2 eyes and what I can see with my 2 eyes. So I'm going to squint through the third one and then maybe I can understand.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. 8.
Yeah.
Whereas, and so like for
Wow.
me, what helps them to go away is trusting that I will know what I need to know when I need to know it.
Yes. That's
And
so
that-
huge.
Yeah. And that I don't need to understand right now. That if I'm supposed to understand, I will eventually.
Yeah.
And it's okay if it's not right now. That's David Rosowski, by the way. He's the former artistic director of Second City.
Okay.
Mm.
And that's his quote.
Oh, wow.
I will know what I need to know when I need to know it. I don't know if he got it from somewhere, but that's where I got it from.
Okay. Love it.
Credit where credit is
I
due.
like that like leap of faith kind of thing. We're like taking the next step even if you don't see
It's
the
in there,
floor.
though. You
It's
know
in
it's
there.
It's
You'll
gonna be
you'll
in
know
there.
when to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
Right.
Fascinating.
And that's actually crown. So
That's
crown
your crown
chakra,
chakra.
is that things are aligned with not just like where you are right here, but like where you fit in the larger spectrum of things, which again is that larger sense of purpose and safety.
Okay. Yes.
Right. And so in terms of regulating your nervous system, I have no idea if this is where I was going, but we're going to try it.
Yeah.
Like leap.
Yeah.
Like, ding. In terms of regulating your nervous system, like from a yogic standpoint,
Yoga. She said yoga.
like that's creating a, damn it, I had it and I lost it.
Like a channel?
Because yeah, it's creating a channel, and then it's also creating a an understanding, I think, of what the purpose of all of those drugs is,
Okay.
right? Like, are they guiding drugs? Are they like reactive drugs? Are they, are they procreating drugs? Are they safety mechanism drugs?
Yeah.
Are they sharing drugs?
She's been touching each chakra.
I'm touching
She's
each
saying that.
chakra,
Yeah.
especially that first one. Like our oxytocin would be like it's a connection, like
Right.
heart, and like reach any end of the communication, right? So there's like.
So now, what do you do to help a person regulate that? We have to wrap it up in a few minutes.
Shit!
I know how.
Oh, and I didn't talk about lymph or anything.
Don't even worry about that. This is
We're
way
definitely
more
going to have a
actually?
part 2 on. We have to rebook her again because this
Absolutely.
is fascinating.
I keep
yes,
talking.
we're for
it's
sure.
fascinating.
Yeah.
But like maybe this is something we could do together, and this is what I wanted. This is my plan. I'll see if I can like smash it all in. How long do I have?
You have about not much, but maybe 3 or 4 minutes. How long, Mark? 5 minutes.
5 minutes. 5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah.
Okay. I call this the puppy scritches meditation. And it's like just like you would like, scratching your puppy, gently scratch your puppy. So you're just going to go around like your hairline, and you can do one hand at a time. If you're doing one hand at a time, then switch hands alternatively so that your hands don't get tired.
Oh.
But you can do both hands. It feels really nice with both hands. Go ahead.
Okay.
And just like scritch all the way around your hairline. And as you do, we're going to add a physiological sigh, which is that double inhale and then a long exhale. You can do, for my purposes, I say you can inhale however the fuck you want to inhale.
Okay.
And you can exhale however the fuck you want to exhale. As long as you're breathing in as much as you can. And then a little bit extra. It's like, like if you were smoking.
All
Yep.
right.
Right?
Oh,
Like,
yes.
like if you're going to get a really good hit.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Right? Is we're getting a really good hit. And then like a little bit extra. And then. Don't breathe in until you need to breathe in. And when you need to breathe in, then do it again. And keep your scritches. We're breathing. I also like it with a yawn. So this is nice. And you can go all the way around. You can do like concentric circles all the way up to the top of your head, or you can just do around your hairline. Now we're all going to look gorgeous.
Yeah.
But it's a lovely little yummy meditation thing because it's very soothing. You're getting at it from both ends. So you're getting both from a physical standpoint. So like just like with your dog, we're creating oxytocin. So we're getting some drugs, right, to kind of help to bring it, because it's about balance. So like oxytocin combats cortisol. So when you're stressed out, your adrenal glands, right? You're hunched over, you're stressed out, adrenal glands, cortisol, adrenaline, right? Shit is happening, run faster. Right? Yeah. What's going to mitigate that is oxytocin, which is, it's not you against the world. We've got a whole fucking team, right? Yeah. We've got people. Damn it. We have people. We have, somebody who like we can physically touch and they're gentle, right? Yeah. And it's safe to breathe. Like when an animal is under attack, it does not feel safe to breathe. Like the predator's right there. You breathe in.
Yeah.
That little extra inhale means that they're not right here. They had to have stepped away. Right? And then it's safe to exhale. It's safe to make noise, right? So you're sending that signal to your body along with like a physical, see what I'm saying? It's a really simple thing.
This is amazing.
But then it's a way to kind of help to regulate. Again, it does not solve the problem. And if you were in actual physical danger, you should run like hell.
If a bear's chasing you, you don't just sit down and do that.
Right away. But like it's a way to help to like give you something that you can do, because your nervous system does not respond, right? Like the fire, it doesn't respond to thought as quickly as it responds to a physical,
like a manifestation,
physical sensation, a physical thing. And then you can redirect your thoughts and your energy to like note like the heat of your hands to the amount of pressure to the what you're doing with your breath. It's just complicated enough that like you can't really think about anything else.
Yeah.
You know, but it all feels very nice.
Are you going down the chakras with your attention or?
Oh, you could totally do that. But for the scritches, I would just stick
Oh,
with the...
so we're still with the scritches. Okay,
Mhm.
cool. Okay.
But yeah, you can totally do that. Like that's
Oh.
meditation. You can put your attention on anything.
Yeah.
Intention, an exercise, doesn't matter what the hell it is, as long as you can repeat it, and a mode of change, which can be your breath. Right? That's it.
Yeah.
And it gives your nervous system options. That's my 5 minutes.
This was the
I'm
most fascinating episode ever. I'm not saying that to be nice.
I didn't want to say anything because I wanted to hear more. Yeah, we'll have to have you back.
I'm gonna
Pam, for
cry.
sure.
So we're definitely gonna have you back. We're gonna have to do a part 2.
Yes, and I'll talk about the sewage system of lymph.
Holy shit.
And the ketamine thing.
My mouth is watering right now. Oh my God. This is going to be so good. All right. So you guys heard that. Sue Gisser, she's coming back. This is the most amazingly, it's so appropriate. Just everybody is, I don't know, whatever.
Everybody's freaking
Let's
out
get
right
her-
now.
Yeah,
so like we
everybody's
need
freaking
better
out.
tools.
Yes.
So, but you come with
Comes
them.
in handy.
Yeah.
Where can people find you?
Oh
on
yeah,
the
where can we
socials?
find you?
Oh, on socials, I'm on Instagram. You can find me, literally my name, Sue Gisser, because I'm that creative. And or my H2 yoga. So the word my, the letter H, the number 2, the word yoga. I'm any second now completing these meditation videos for people for when you're too stressed out to meditate.
Oh, wow.
The puppy scritches is in there. They're
That's
goofy
cool.
and they're fun, but they're like from this perspective. And they're just, so that you get some power back, man. Because it's
So this is a new thing that you're adding to it?
this is
or-
a new thing I'm adding. And so
Okay.
like it'll be up on the website eventually, but you'll see posts for them
Okay.
there.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's where you can find me. And so like my actor stuff is generally more on the Sue Gisser thing. And then the yoga
Perfect,
stuff
yes.
is more on the yoga thing. There's probably some crossover that's happening, but that's it.
Which it should be. Oh my God. This was so fantastic. Thank you guys so much. We're going to release this on a Wednesday at 3 a.m. I got to figure out. Okay, we'll figure it out. All right. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get some oxytocin up in this bitch.
Yes.